Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Sorry, the days are kind of run together because I just spent all this time yesterday responding to comments from Thursday night's video. So I'm just I know this video is about the 20 songs. I'm going to get to that. But I did want to address the video from Thursday night, Friday morning. Wow, just wow. I did get a couple of comments that hit me wrong and upset me, and so I did a video and got it off my chest because it upset me. I did not, in any way, shape, or form, expect the response I got. You folks have blown me away with your support and love, and come to find out that the person that made the comment about how you can't save money if you're spending it, that was a complete misunderstanding. So I have since made peace with that person in the comments. So I'm letting all y'all know that I have made peace with that particular person, and that was a complete misunderstanding between me and that person, and we're gonna let that go. So that person thought they were helping. That comment was maybe took out of context. Maybe I don't think that they meant to be rude or nasty. That themselves had been through a situation where they had been a shopaholic, and they were just concerned that I was showing that kind of behavior as possibly being a shopaholic, and that they were just concerned, and so they just didn't choose the right words, and it hit me wrong, and they apologized, and it's fine. So let's we're going to move on from that, and we're not going to attack anybody in the comments or anything like that going forward. You know what I mean? And we're because that person didn't have ill intention, they just chose the wrong words. So we're and it hit me wrong because since I'm very sensitive, and I'm tenderhearted, and it just hit me wrong, and their intentions were not malicious, and so we've made that's been fine, and we can move on from that. Now, as far as the young person asking me for yarn, I've not heard from them, so we're not going to worry about that. Hopefully she is entering in some giveaways, and we'll get her some free yarn, or she will buy her own. So but the outpouring of support, I'm just flabbergasted. I spent the whole day yesterday responding to comments, and that has been the first time that that's ever happened. I have pride myself in being a personal touch type YouTuber. I like to respond to all my comments personally. Depending on the comment, it's either a heart or an actual thank you, or thank you very much, or if it's something that I need to to respond to with something different, but I always read every single comment, and there were so many, and so I spent the whole day doing that, and and I'm just like, wow. And then my subscriber number went like pew, and then just like, oh my goodness, I just could not believe it. So wow, thank you. Just completely blown away by this community, and the love, and heaven help anybody that actually goes after me in a serious way, because they're going to be met with such passion. So I just want to thank y'all for all the love and support that I didn't realize I had. So thank you so much. And wow, I just want to get that out there, because it's important for me to address that. because that video blew up, and I did not anticipate that. I just I knew I was in a bit of an emotional state and needed to get it off my chest, and this is how I chose to do it. And I didn't realize how many people it would touch or how many people would be affected. So I'm glad I did it. I mean, if 5 or so years ago, I wouldn't have had it in me to be assertive and to stand up for myself. So I've definitely grown and become more assertive. I don't know if it's because of this channel or just because I've grown as a person, but I've definitely become more assertive over the last few years, and I'm really glad that I was able to do that for myself, because in the past I wouldn't have been able to. So I thank y'all for receiving it the way you did, and being there for me. So without further ado, let's go over this crazy song list. Now, I know Cindy with Pups and Crochet was supposed to tag me. She and I talked about it, and she was supposed to tag me, but she forgot. And then this morning, afternoon, I saw Crystal with Crystal the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady's video, and I was like, it reminded me that I hadn't done one and that I was supposed to do one. So I came in here, and it took me an hour to come up with my list. Because I love music so much, and I have such a range of music that I like, that it was just like, okay. But as I got to look at it, I looked through my iTunes on my iPhone, to try to determine what songs to write down, because that's where all my music mostly is. I have some records, I have some vinyl records, but not of my favorite stuff. I have some that I got on discount just to, when I first got my record player. I do have some Garth Brooks stuff that my boys got me a few Christmases ago when I got my record player. So there's that. So he's definitely in the favorite column. But he didn't quite make the list as far as my favorite song list, because it just it varies, as we grow as people. Our tastes change, and I think our favorites change over time. So your favorites can change. So I'm going to start with this is my channel, so I'm going to start with number 30, because I got 10 outside of the 20 that were still important. So I'm going to start with 30. Why? Because I can. and I think a person's favorite song list tells you a bit about them. So I'm going to read these. All right. So number 30 is Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places. I grew up with this song. Me and a friend named Rayanne used to ride around in her little Mazda, Mitsubishi pickup truck. I think it was gold colored. And we were about 16, and we used to ride around singing that song. Yeah. We had some times riding around her little pickup truck singing that song. And another song by Garth Brooks is number 29, If Tomorrow Never Comes. And that one just about always makes me cry. And number 28, guess what? It's by Garth Brooks too. The Dance. And I think everybody knows that song. Now, there are a whole lot of Garth Brooks songs that I love because I love Garth Brooks. He is probably in my top 5 favorite musicians of all time. I'd say number 27, and this is you're going to see a theme here throughout the rest of the numbers here. Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith, because I love classic rock. Absolutely. Next, I just do. So Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith is number 27. And number 26, Come As You Are by Nirvana. Love Nirvana. I know that's crazy, right? But I do. And here's another one. This is an older one. Riders of the Storm by The Doors. If you can't get with that song, I tell you, that's a good rainy day song, because you hear rain in the background of that song. It's fantastic. And here's a good one. Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. Love that one too. And here's another goody Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. Oh yeah. What's a song list without an Ozzy song? Not a good list. Number 22, Fortunate Son by Clarence Clearwater Revival. Yes, Fortunate Son. Number 21, Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix. That man could play the guitar. Wow. And Purple Haze was a perfect example of that, because he burned it down. Absolutely. Number 20, Back in Black by AC/DC. Ooh, I have jammed out to that so many times. I love that song. Since I was really young, I love some Back in Black. And number 19, Hotel California by the Eagles. Yes, I love that song. I could sing to that song. Yes, I love that. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. And if you're from the South, you understand what that particular phrase. Try sounding like this Southern accent and trying to sing a rock song. It's hilarious. I've had my sons turn the radio down and look at me and just say, "No, just no, Mama." Yeah, just no, Mama. Don't do it, Mama. So I turn the music way up so no one can hear me, because I'm going to sing with it anyway. So number 19 was Hotel California by the Eagles. Number 18 is I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett. And I don't think I could have had this list without a Joan Jett song, because I just love her. I love her rock and roll style. I like how tiny she is, how edgy she looks. She's amazing. I love Joan Jett. And another AC/DC song, You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. If you know, you know. Number 16, Barracuda from Heart. That one was, that is self-exclamatory. If you know, you know. Number 15, this goes back to my teen years too. I Remember You by Skid Row. Yeah, that's another one that can make me cry. Number 14, Nobody's Fool by Cinderella. You may have to Google that. That's one of the, that's from my hair band era, and they had some hair, let me tell you. And that lead singer was gorgeous. He had a head full of black hair, these big old pouty lips. So that was Nobody's Fool. And then their next favorite song by them was You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone. Now that song, yes, it has a lot of meaning. Number 12, The Flame by Cheap Trick. That's another one that'll make you cry. Yeah, love that song. Numbers 11. Now, it wouldn't be me if I didn't pull the 80s into this. Sister Christian by Night Ranger. I don't think there's a child of the 80s, or I was born in 73, of course. But I kind of grew up in the 80s. That's when that's where my main music focus is. That's a lot of my favorite music came from. Is from the 80s and the 70s and 80s. That's where my favorite music, came from. But Sister Christian, you can't go wrong with that one. If you don't know the words to that and you grew up in the 80s, there's something wrong with you. Just saying. And there's another one that was my favorite band for a long time when I was a kid. around 13, 14 was White Snake, and the name of the song is Here I Go Again. And that has been kind of my on and off theme song throughout my life. But it's called Here I Go Again by White Snake, and that's number 10. And here's another one that always gets me. Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas. I love this song. Absolutely love this song. I will stop everything to listen to that song. And another one by Kansas that I really like is Dust in the Wind. And that one always makes me cry. It always makes me think of my grandmother, and it always makes me cry. I listened to it right before I did this video, and I teared up. And it wouldn't be a top 10 without a number 7, which is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. I could sing to that no matter what. I think even I've got Johnny that knows almost all the words because I've listened to that one so many times. But Bohemian Rhapsody, it's such when Freddie Mercury did that song, he put all his musical influences into that song. So it's got rock, it's got opera, it's got a little bit of everything in it. So it's fantastic. It's the ultimate rock song. It really is, because rock songs are of all the influences of the writer, and they get influences from everything, all different types of genres of music to put in their songs. So Bohemian Rhapsody is no exception. It's just fantastic. And it's a song that you can really just have fun listening to and have fun singing along with your people. So definitely. And a song that I always listen to when I'm ticked off is One by Metallica, and that's number 6. So you might have to Google that one too. But it's just One by Metallica. Now, when I was growing up and well into my adulthood, Metallica was definitely my top band. Because that's my angry music. That's when I'm ticked off. That's the only music that can soothe my soul, is the heavy sound of Metallica. And number 5 is Master of Puppets by Metallica. So, well, y'all really learning some stuff about me, aren't you? Some of you might be surprised by this, that I like this heavy music, but I do. It's not like I listen to, what's that band that my son listens to, Mushroom Head, or I can't think of their name right offhand, but they all wear masks. I'll think of it later. And then number 4 is Mountain Time by Joe Bonamassa. Now, this song is very soothing, and he had 2 versions of this song. One is kind of a folk sounding folk music sound to it, and then he went back and rearranged the whole song and redid the song to the latest version, which is the version I like, and it's just wonderful. I just love that song. There is a video of him performing it live on YouTube, and it's called Mountain Time by Joe Bonamassa. And I'll try to link it in the description so y'all see what I'm talking about. It's a beautiful song, and you can't go wrong with that one. And number 3 is I Gave Up Everything Except the Blues by Joe Bonamassa. And that is a fun song. It's a really fun song. And that one always gets my happiness going, because it just tickles me. It just does. It's one of those songs that just gets you in a good mood. And number 2 is The Battle of John Henry by Joe Bonamassa. And this is another one that gets your blood kind of pumping. And I don't know, the subject matter is not exactly PC, but being politically correct. I've never been accused of being politically correct, so I'm a little tactful sometimes, because I don't want to run around hurting folks' feelings. But PC, I wouldn't say I am. But The Battle of John Henry is a really good song by Joe Bonamassa. And my favorite Joe Bonamassa song, which is number 1, is called Blues Deluxe. and that's where he really shows off his guitar skills. You could just close your eyes and just completely lose yourself in the music of that song. It's not like a overly vocal song. It's more music than it is vocal. He just really plays he's an exceptional guitar player, and I love the guitar playing. That's probably my chief favorite part about music in general is good guitar playing, and he is, to me, one of the finest guitar players to ever walk the stage. And I don't know of any. I tell you, I can't. There's probably 5 really good ones in the whole world, and he's, to me, the best for me anyway. I'm sure there's some that are considered better than him, but to me, he's a very polished guitar player. And there are some that are like more on the rough side, that are good, really good guitar players, but their sound is more rougher, and more jagged. His is more like really polished and really classy, and but others have a more rougher sound, and are not polished, polished sounding. Not that they're not rehearsed and really, professional, but just theirs doesn't have the quite polished sound that his does, and I like his sound. So I just happen to gravitate toward his sound over a lot of other guitar players. Not that they're any better or worse than him, or what, less than him. It just happens to be what I like. So I like his polished band and work, and that's my favorite. So I try to, I listen to other stuff, but I always come back to Joe Bonamassa, because that's what I enjoy listening to the most. And but occasionally, you will catch me put on the 80s music. I have a playlist on my phone that I will jump over and listen to, that is not Joe Bonamassa, but it's 80s music, or classic rock, or hair band music. I'm not all Joe Bonamassa all day every day. I do listen to other stuff. It's just rare. It's just really rare. But this is my top 30 favorite songs instead of 20, because I could. But anyway, now you know, and you know more about me a little bit as far as music goes. I did listen to, growing up, we had record players, and my family had classic rock, some classic rock. My mother had this old album by Blood, Sweat and Tears. It's a band called Blood, Sweat and Tears, and they had me and my sister replayed the fool out of that record, and I still like some of their music. They got a couple of good songs, one called Spinning Wheel that's really good, and oh, excuse me. Well, that diet medicine really makes you thirsty. But that, that's one that I really still remember, and it being really good. And she had a Charlie Pride record, and a bunch of other records that Marty Robbins was a old country singer. A lot of really old stuff. I think Don John. I can't remember all of them, but she just had. It was a lot of classic country that my mom had, and vinyl records, which is the only thing we had when I was a kid. And then I remember when we would get allowance and stuff, we would go buy the little 45s. And one time we bought this one, but we were so crazy about this song called "Hey Mickey" by Tony Basil, and we played that thing till my mama couldn't think. And then I remember she and I got into a fight, and the record got broke in half. Yeah, but they were cheap. They were cheap back then. But yeah, that record got broke in half because I don't know if Mama broke it or if I broke it. I don't remember who broke it, but it got broke in half. But because Tina and I played it over and over and over again. And my mama heard "Hey Mickey" till she was blue in the face. If you want to hear "Hey Mickey," you'll probably had to Google that. "Hey Mickey" by Tony Basil, and it's an old '80s song, and it about drove my mother nuts. So it's a typical pop '80s song, but I think what was I 9, maybe 9 or 10 at the time, so it was a long time ago. But yeah. Drove mama nuts with that. Anyway, of course, and then when I got to be in my teenage years, somebody I knew had we didn't have where we could burn CDs. CDs hadn't really got real big by then, but tapes. Someone I knew had made me a copy of the Vanilla Ice tape. You know, Ice Ice Baby, yeah, Vanilla Ice. And so that was out then, and so someone had made me a copy of that tape, and it was mine. And I had a stereo in my room, and I was in the shower, and my sister was at it again, and she was playing the Ice Ice Baby like over and over and over and over again, because she just got in that kind of way. She just gets stupid with it. And I was in the shower, and I used to take really long showers, and all I heard while I was in the shower was that song over and over again, and I was just like, it was driving me crazy. So when I got out of the shower, I went and pulled it out of the tape deck and destroyed the tape. Because I get a temper too. And then she went and told my mom that I destroyed her tape. And I said, no, Mom, I destroyed my tape. It was mine. I said, but she drove me crazy with it, so I destroyed it. Anyway, that's what happens when you have a sibling that's just under 2 years younger than you. But I don't speak to her now. My sister is mentally ill and refuses to take medication to keep herself straight. And she has the mental health that it makes it impossible to be around her. So it's just a long story, and I don't want to get into great detail, but let's just say that my mother and sister are toxic. Their personalities are toxic to my mental health. So I found it more healthy for me to remove them from my life. So and my mental health professional agrees with me. So, because ever since I did that, I've been much happier. So, there we go. But I will still reminisce with y'all about my childhood, what little bit of a few happy memories that I remember, because mostly it was terrible. But there are a few funny memories that I can share with y'all. So, anyway, that's about all I got for today's video. I will be back with y'all soon. I do have some Happy Mail that I have to do a video for, so you're probably going to see that pretty soon. And please remember that I love you, and so does Jesus. And adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.